Hello, Breeze F4D aka Otis Lawrence here, back with another video. And this is round 3 Bahrain F1 Sim Racing World Championship. As you see the standings here with P7 in the standings, 18 points after China. So yeah, see what happens in the next race. This has historically never been a strong track for me. I've always struggled here at Bahrain. Just the consistency. The pace has been fine for this race, but always found the consistency quite a tough part. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm very excited. If we can do a good race here, then we can pretty much do a good race everywhere. So let's see what happens. First Q1 run, you can see quite slow. Tire temp probably not optimum at the moment, but as you're about to see on this straight, we can take quite a weird line. You know, on the inside it will prevent the bottoming as we go in towards the turn number 1. A lot of drivers flick into this turn 1. I kind of just drift, so like a 23 kind of style, which I felt was the quickest in practice. And yeah, not too bad turn 1 so far, pretty good. Going into turn 4, very easy to lose the rear on exit, getting the traction very nicely. First sector very strong. Using a little bit too much curb for the right, and for the left getting it quite nicely. Under braking now, getting the rotation in, getting the slide very nicely on throttle as you can, perfectly. Going in towards the double left-hander, try to take a wide line going into turn 10, and then get a good exit coming out of turn 10. And now open up the DRS once again into turn 11. Getting the rotation nicely, 5th gear, small snap on the exit, fighting the car. Going into this right, using as much curb to shorten the distance. Braking as late as you can, 4th gear apex, on throttle as you can. Burn the battery once again. Now going into the final corner, final right-hander. Braking very late, using a lot of the curb at the inside to rotate the car. A little bit snappy on exit once again. And yeah, coming across the line, 26.148, which easily put us through to Q2. And you can see I was quite happy with that. I was, you know, not expecting to be P1 on the first run, especially at Bahrain. So that gave me a lot of confidence for Q2. And you can see we're starting our first Q2 run now. This is our second, but we had a first set was a used run, so we're not going to show that. Going into turn 1 once again, braking late, getting the rotation slightly, but a little bit too much drifting. But getting the traction, getting a better exit than the used set run. Can't remember what a used set run was, but we're up on the delta so far. Turn 4, getting the car nicely, but a small snap of oversteer on the exit of the corner into the S section. You're getting lots of snaps on the rear. The rear is not very stable at the moment. Struggling a little bit. Going into the downhill turn 10, very hard on the brakes, going really wide on the apex and just missing the corner. Not a strong lap at the moment. Struggling a lot. Going into turn 11, 5th gear, getting rotation a lot nicer than the Q1 lap. Plus especially the rear end a lot more stable on this lap. Going into this corner, going right, getting the rotation nicely, hitting the apex, getting a very good exit. Currently not too bad in the last, but the middle is very weak. Going into the final corner now, braking late as you can, using much curb, getting, you're not using enough curb, and yeah, that lap was kind of awful. You know, still at 26.04 somehow, but yeah, lap was weak, as we do. We're gonna go for another lap into Q2, and yeah, let's see if we can get through to Q3. Now heading towards turn number 1 once again, trying to get the brake and the rotation much nicer, using the curb, but still up on a delta, much better than the previous lap. Getting a worse exit, but still half a tenth up on a delta. Half a tenth would be enough, so we need to keep pushing. There's lots of time to get in. We go very wide into turn 4. Once again, just struggling with this car. Going into the S section now. Big snaps of oversteer. And just the car just doesn't feel there. The pace isn't quite there. I'm down on my delta at the moment. And now going into turn 9 and 10, braking once again is kind of getting apex a lot nicer, kind of much more speed, slightly up on a delta, which simply isn't enough. Going into turn 11 once again, 50-meter board turning, going wide again on the apex, struggling for pace. Yeah, now going into the right, and then once again into the right-hander, getting the curb a lot nicer, but still not carrying enough speed. Up on a delta slightly, but we've got to absolutely send the last corner if we want to go through the Q3. And going into the final corner now, using way too much curb, and you can see we're down on our delta, and you can see what the position we're in now. We're P11 and we do not improve, and we're out in Q2. And yeah, not a good track for me at all. You know, it's just tracks that I really struggle at, mainly because I'm a driver who likes a lot of front end, and these are one of the tracks where I don't feel comfortable adding the front. I need quite a stable car to drive, because I just find the track hard, difficult to get right. But at the end of the day, no excuses, need to be quick at every track, which is not really good enough for me. But yeah, starting P14 here, not ideal. We're going to go for a hard to medium strategy. I think, sorry, hard to soft strategy. But anyway, 5 red lights here in Bahrain for round 3 of F1 Sim Racing. And they go. You can see Nico on mediums, so is Fan Pookie on mediums, getting really good starts behind and in front of us. We're trying to get the middle of the track. You see Isfan brakes very late around the outside, gets a few positions. You can see him get sent down the inside. We're just trying to keep out of a lot of carnage. You can see Freddy on our inside as well. Freddy had a really dog QUALY as well, so you know, he also struggled in Bahrain. So it's not just me, thankfully. And yeah, now I think we lost 2 positions, so no great start. You see Freddy and Brendan go side by side through the fascia chicane as we try and brake late around the outside of Brendan. Not getting getting the traction on the exit, and going around down the inside. Going into turn 10, we're going to try and leave him not so much space on the exit, so he gets the traction on that curb. He slightly tyre hooks us, but see, we've got the inside line, which is superior, going into the left-hander, and he has to back off and back into our position where we started. Which is good. Now we've got to save our battery a little bit. Brendan, of course, behind is going to be aggressive, so we've got to defend the inside going into this right, just to make sure he doesn't send one down the inside. And once again, he's on the battery, so we're going to make sure we use a lot of it, and then quickly back to none, because we don't have that much green bar left. And if that green bar runs out before the last corner, then we don't have any battery to use on the next straight. So yeah, we're just going to make sure we don't use it until, and then we can use as much as we can. See Freddy getting past Brendan as well, going into turn 1, and then we keep P14 here. And now it's time to just save battery, save tires as well. It's going to be very hard to overtake Jano, of course, because he's going to be fast. But I go for the stupidest thing ever. So we move on to lap 4, start lap 5, and I burn my battery to try and get past Jano. Of course, I'm trying to defend Freddy at the same time, but it's just stupid. I don't know why I went for stuff like this. You see, I try to dummy them to the inside, and then try to go around the outside. I'm just using so much of my battery. We need to get the move done, and Jano tire hooks us, which loses us time on the straight, and he's down the inside. He has a bit more battery than us also, and he has the inside line for turn 4, which is so much better than the outside. I'm just struggling for traction once again, and yeah, we just wasted so much of our battery, and now Freddy's gonna be close behind us. See, we're just burning battery again, which is so stupid, and we need to go into the back of Alfie Butcher there. And now once again burning battery for no reason. These are the things I just need to learn for next season, especially if we want to fight for a championship, because these things are not really good enough. You see Freddy now behind. He saved all his battery, and he's just capitalizing on this, and we break a lot later than him, keep the inside, but he goes for the switchback through the next right, and you can see I'm just burning even more battery, and he's just saving probably most of his battery. And now you see on the straight he's just gonna burn his battery, and yeah, good position. And I moved quite late on the straight, to be fair, but I think it was all part of the plan for him to save his battery for the straight. You see I'm just on 0%, and yeah, stupid mistake for myself. I shouldn't really burned as much in the middle sector, but we learn. And yeah, now we down at P15, lost a position compared to where we started, and now we just need to save the battery as much as we can, because the best opportunity now is just to save tires and go long. And you see, about to see now, we move all the way on to the start of lap 8. Last was Ildrum, I'm pretty sure had damage, or I think it's softened. Excuse me. And now we're gonna try and make a move on the Rebel driver in front of us. He lets the two other Rebel guys through, and we're gonna try and go around the outside of Ulas. He's got wing damage, in fact, so we're gonna try and make the move done, but we'll be a little bit patient. We wait, because we know we've got a lot more grip advantage anyway, so we're just gonna try and get the move done into these next few corners, braking super late going into turn 8, and you can see we're gonna have so much better traction on the exit, and using our battery now, and going down the inside of turn 9 into turn 10 as well, braking as deep as we can, and we get the move done on the Rebel driver. Now it's time to save battery once again. You see you've gained a position on someone. And yeah, it's been quite a boring race, to be fair. Nothing much really, just been sat in the first stint, which is usually the first stint is very boring anyway, so yeah, just gotta wait till the pit stops, see what the other guys do. We need to react a lot. Just move on all the way to lap 15. Absolutely nothing happened in those laps, and our opportunity now is to try and make a move on Alfie, who was kind of struggling for pace. He got overtaken by Yano and Freddy, who you see Alfie tried dumbing us a bit in the pits, and we're trying to burn our battery to get past Alfie, and you can see he's flashing. So we can try and use this opportunity. You don't want to brake too late to hit Freddy, but down the inside, and we didn't have the best traction in the wheel, so we have to kind of concede. And now on the battery once again, we know Alfie didn't have that much battery, so we tried using it, but we didn't have much battery either, so we couldn't really make a move. But once again, ERS saving mode. You see Brendan nearly got gapped. But yeah, our teammate Duncan Hoffland also in P15, which is good for us, because we can play a little bit of strategic plans. As we move on to the start of lap 16, a lot of people box, so this is now our opportunity to push back to get back in the DRS, because we're not in the DRS of Yano, and we have to gain half a second, so we really need to put the gunners on. We're going to turn 1 slightly wide. You can see we're struggling a lot for traction, but obviously these are old hards, so they're not going to be very strong. But we just got to hope the dirty air from Danny Berezny affects Yano, because we need to get in this DRS ASAP. You can see we've gained a 10th already. We're kind of flying at the moment. Going into this S section, you see we go green on our delta. It suggests we are pushing quite a lot. You can see we're braking very deep, and we get into the DRS, which was good from us. And now it's our chance to once again save the battery. Of course, we got to burn a little bit to make sure Yano doesn't burn. But yeah, now it's opportunity. We're gonna go probably a lap later than this, because we ideally want to go as long as we can. My main plan was just to follow Yano in, because usually what Yano does, he goes really long, and it usually works quite well for him. So see, we box, and yeah, I think this was the right call, because if we went a lap later, we would add fresher tires, but we didn't have that much ERS. So on the first lap of the outlap, we can save a lot of ERS by Yano and Danny Berezny. We will be swapping, so it's our opportunity to tire save a little bit. You can see they're all coming past. But it's not much of a gap, to be fair.
One stop to go. Just one
come
stop
out
left in this
just ahead of Duncan off on our teammate to want to overtake us, thankfully. So we got a little bit of a roadblock behind us. So it's our opportunity to just relax on these tires. Like, see, Yano and Danny also putting their battery a little bit. I think Yano wants to overtake Danny Bresney instantly. And you see I'm burning battery just to make sure I stay up with them. And we move on to the start of lap 21. We've caught the train. And lots of stuff is happening. You see Danny Bresney goes on the inside through the S section. And a lot of these guys are on old tyres. So we're going to try and make the move on 2 cars at the same time. As we get down the inside of Danny Bresney. And we get the traction very well. And we make a really good dive bomb. And we try and go around the outside. I'm surprised Danny Bresney didn't break later than that, and we get the traction around the outside. We've gained the position on Danny Bresney, and now we're following Yano through. You see Brendan Lee also ahead, old tyres. Once again, save the battery like crazy is our main goal, because we need to capitalize. We need to get to the front as quickly as we can. And you see Brendan just struggling for tyre grip, so it's our opportunity now to get him on the next. He tried burning a little bit. Nico and Yano battling into the final corner. And now you see Yano has a massive snap, and Brendan thankfully lets us through. And now we've got Nico ahead of us. We're making loads of positions at the moment. See, Yano has no battery, so there's an opportunity to go around the outside of Yano and Nico. And Nico goes into the back of Josh and gets wing damage. And we make 2 positions in the space of 1 corner. And crucially on Yano Otmere, which is literally like the hardest thing to do when you do an overcut strategy. And at this moment, I was super hyped. I wish I could play the radio, but at this moment, I thought I could win the race because I gained so much positions on the previous lap. And now we're going to try and make a move on Josh, who makes a very late move to the right. And we have so much more grip to play with. And now we're going to try to go down the inside of Alfie Butcher as well. And the amount of position we're gaining this lap, we can see he turns it a little bit early. So we get pinned on the inside curb. But we don't quite have the ERS. So we let Alfie through, but let him burn his battery. See, he's flashing, which is, I'm not sure if he's in non-ERS actually. Yeah, he's in none, but definitely burned some battery. But Josh behind also is trying to pressurize us once again. But now we absolutely need to crucially save our battery. Josh burning the battery a little bit again. And we're back into none. Just trying to save as much as we can for this main straight. We've got a lot better tyres, so we can gain a lot on the exit of the corner. And we're going to make sure we don't lose any position to Josh behind. Like, see, he's burning his battery and he's going to try and go around the outside, but he dummies us to the inside, so we push him to the inside. But then the outside line has just so much grip, you can just get on the throttle so early, and we keep the position. And now burning the battery, and now we stick it in on the straightaway just to save that battery once again. And going into this right, we're going to try and once again try and make a move, because these next few corners are very good places to make overtakes on. See, Alfie goes defensive on the inside, gets slightly squeezed on the outside. Deserved to get that warning, to be fair, and get good traction on the exit of the corner and go down the inside in turn 9. And we're trying to send Freddy, which kind of risky, but we use a lot of curb on the inside. Slightly push Alfie off, but was quite clean, to be fair. And you see Josh trying to go around the inside, and we get the move into P8. And at this rate, we're on for a really good position in this race. You see Lucas also had damage in this race, so we're going to try and capitalize on Lucas and Freddy battling. You see, we're going really wide and try and get the switchback on Lucas Blakely, and we absolutely cooked the switchback, burning all our battery now, and we get the move on Lucas Blakely, which was very strong from us. And Ismail nearly goes into the back of Thomas Rona, and you can see the battle in the head. There's so much cars fighting for this race win, so we're just gonna hope lots of this battling helps us. You can see we're trying to go around the outside of Freddy for P6 and break very deep, but we just don't quite have the traction. And now back into non-ERS to save the battery. We're trying to fake in down the inside to possibly hit Tom Manley. You see the guys behind hit us, They're battling quite crazy here, so yeah, we want to go for moves, but we also need to be sure that we defend well, because we don't want to risk everything in this race. Moving on to start of lap 26, you can see Ismail and Thomas literally stop on the apex. You can see what Freddy defends the inside, and we're going to try and go around the outside of Freddy. And all these cars are just battling like crazy. So we're going to try and make a move down the inside, and we get very good dive bomb down the inside. We push Freddy slightly off, we use him on the curb, but we're burning our battery. And at this point I should have just stopped burning, because there's no point. I wasn't definitely not getting the move. But then anyway, we go around the outside, break very deep. I actually couldn't remember that I did this, but went around the outside of Freddy. Freddy slightly tire hooks us. But that's the move on Freddy. And yeah, very good move. And you can see we're in the top 6 at the moment. And Freddy once again on the battery. The guy's on like 0-0 wing, pretty much. So yeah, it's gonna be very hard to get past, of course. But yeah, he's flashing on the straight. Shows he doesn't have that much battery to play with. So we're gonna try and go around the outside. He's squeezing us to the outside a lot as we try and go down the outside, now into the inside line. Contact model is really bad, once again getting tire hooked, and we nearly got the position, but he's just still there, and he's gonna obviously break deep, so we can't quite get the move, and he doesn't leave us much space on the outside. So we're gonna try and go clean around the outside in this next corner. Still side by side through this section, and this is a hell of a battle. You see he kind of drives into the side of us, but still just not very good contact model once again. And once again we try and do the Fernando Alonso move. We fake it to the inside, we send Freddy on skates, and we get the move done. And yeah, very good move, but however we don't have much ERS to play with. So you see Josh goes down our inside, and Josh kind of pods us. And Thomas, everyone in front battling like crazy. This race is hectic. There's a lot of stuff to commentate on, but yeah, once again we just don't have much battery, and with Alfie behind, who has a lot more battery than us. So yeah, opportunity now to just save battery for a little bit. We've got to hope Freddy and Alfie behind are battling like crazy, and now we get on the battery. We're trying and capitalize. You see Josh Edu trying to get past Thomas Runner in front, and you can see we're going to make a massive mistake going into this corner, because we break way too late, and we go back right into the back of Thomas. And yeah, it was a massive mistake.
Green flag.
You know, it was very tough to judge how late the break, but yeah, massive mistake, which was stupid for myself. And now we lost all those positions that we gained, and that was frustrating, but you know, still fun to watch, because it was just hectic. I was just going for some crazy moves, but yeah, once again I just need to save all the battery for the last lap. Got Duncan, my teammate behind, who's going to be trying to burn the battery to get past us. As you will see on this straight, he was really on the battery. I don't really know why. We could have probably just waited, but you know, I guess he wanted me to get a move on. I'm just trying to save my battery as much as I can. But now, I mean, nearly headed onto the final lap. I didn't realize it was a penultimate lap actually. But yep, this just gotta hope a lot of stuff happens ahead of us. And yeah, our opportunity is just to capitalize on the stuff that happens in front of us, like the guys did in front of us. But you see a lot of weaving on this main straight. We're just gonna save the battery now. You see a lot of people burning their batteries to get past others. But yeah, it's gonna be unlikely we get past anyone now. We've gone past the main overtaking zone. We're just gonna make sure we just save the battery for the final sector, because anything can happen in front. You see Thomas looking for a move on Josh ahead, and yep, time to non-ERS it for the entire middle sector, and just wait. As you can just see people looking for moves, desperate. people, of course, so it's because it's the last lap, so yeah, just gotta hope once again. You see Thomas Runner and Josh going battling, so we gotta hope there's a massive shunt ahead to get a few positions, but currently P9, which is not too bad considering where we started. We gained a few positions at the start, so yeah, got a big opportunity to score some points here. And now going into the penultimate corner of the racetrack, once again, just gotta hope for stuff to happen in front of us, which is super unlikely, I think. And you see no one going side by side into the final corner. And yeah, we're going to the final corner to finish in P9. Maybe not the best result we wanted, but anyway, not too bad. We scored points at Bahrain, which to be honest, I wasn't really expecting. So, yep. I hope you guys enjoyed this race. You guys probably know what happened in the next race, so I'm very excited to bring that race out to you guys. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.